Hi everyone. The first site I plan on utilizing for my ninth grade English class is my Shakespeare. Why I selected this particular tool is because I would like this to supplement and be an interactive resource for students who maybe need to view the text online for visual reasons, or they just would rather have the text online. That way they can listen to it audibly. So I kind of envision using this resource that way. There is a whole plethora of tools for students to use here. I want to keep it simple for them though, and kind of mainline what I want them to be doing with it because there is a lot to get lost in. But for ninth grade students, they will be reading Romeo and Juliet. So let's select that play. So you'll notice that it has Act 1, the prologue. You'll notice that this text is highlighted. So essentially, you can engage with the text by highlighting it and annotating it. The annotations you keep will be logged in a notebook, and those annotations can be printed out in a PDF. And I would obviously ask, that way I know they're engaging with the text. I would ask to see their notes if they prefer to keep notes that way and annotate that way. But you can engage with the language, so you'll notice these words that are bolded here. You can look up, I guess, what they mean and if they have different vocabulary variations there. And then you can learn more about the language and plot, like by clicking here. It'll show a video. Again, these videos will be logged right here in the videos tab. So if they want to read first and engage with the videos last, that's what I would direct them to do. But the videos that align with this part of the text, I'll go here. I would not have them engage with the discussion. We would do that in class, obviously. Obviously, I don't want them to get spoiled before finishing the prologue. And then this goes into the language of the sonnet, so why Shakespeare employed his language there. Obviously, I would teach that myself. So they wouldn't necessarily engage with language or discussion. We would go over that. But if they want an introduction on sort of the historical context and why Shakespeare began with the prologue, they could do that there. There's a scene summary they could read after engaging with the text, and then there is glossed words, so the bolded words, they can read the definitions there. But my Shakespeare, we'll go back here, sorry. So primarily, again, how I want them to use this is by either engaging with the text. Right here, I'm not going to click on this sound button, but right here they can choose to have it have the story told to them audibly. I would just have them plug headphones in that way. I know some people ingest text better that way. But they can do that. I'll kind of show you, I guess, here. Um, and again, highlighting. So this is primarily how I'd want them to use that. You click that, you click that. You pick whatever shade of highlight you want. You can type notes. The scene opens detailing the history between two enemy families. Okay, you can save that and close that. Whoops, I didn't do that. Then you can go back to your notebook. And I would just have them select the act and the scene that they annotated. Click annotations. Again, there are multiple choice questions for answer questions and comprehension quizzes that they can take. Well, I would have my own lesson, so I don't want them to do anything with that. They would click annotations, apply, and then you can see your annotations there. You export them to a PDF. You select your PDF. And then I would have them print that out. That way I can see how they're engaging with the text, their notes, and everything. So you can see my notes there. But essentially, what ICT standards apply to this resource is, well, this aligns to IST standard 1.1b, the empowered learner, in that students get to choose how they want to interact with the text through this digital medium. It gives them that autonomy and kind of customizes their own learning experience best. IST 1.5c also aligns with this resource in that students, as a computational thinker, can break down text into a more digestible, modern mode, and can use the online tools offered on My Shakespeare to extract and analyze components of Shakespeare's text, again with those with those, well, I'll show you. 1 second. Again, with the language tab, so like this little quill here allows students to understand like what exactly the elevated text means, and then again those videos allow for further context there should they need them as a supplemental. Again, I would hope that my guidance and classroom instruction would provide that, but it is offered there should they need it. And anyway, that is why I decided to invest and look into my Shakespeare. Thank you.